What's up? What's up? Oh. What's the word? You're doing some hanging out on old Rob's channel today, huh? An all-day affair. It's good stuff. Good stuff. This is supposed to be lo-fi. Kind of doesn't sound. Sounds like it's switched. Oh, I see why. Because it's like a song, not a... Is this gonna be like... We'll see. Let's show it. So what's up, Muhammad? Sticker app. Improving the README a little bit, you know. Basics. The basics, you know. What is with this weird music? Why can't I find... I'm gonna have to go back to my old school. Didn't like that. That's a cool README. Haha. Yeah. That's what it really looks like. That's what the markdown looks like. I didn't know that you could do a straight image tag in a README. I always thought you had to do this whole jazz, you know, this BB, which of course this does work actually. If you do this, now I don't know if it requires that or not, but let's see. Let's see if it does. Hey, making me a liar. Sticker. I just did this earlier, and it worked. This is hilarious. Yeah, I'll show you. Let's see. Because it was like right... Oh, actually I did a bunch of shit. Here, I'm gonna see. See, that's exactly the same thing. What the heck's it being a dork for? See? It works. That's with just doing that. Now here's what I'll do, right? Close this, say don't save. Bam. README. Haha, still the same. Haha. Yeah, so, you know, Word. Yeah, I didn't know you could use an image tag. I thought that's cool. The reason I wanted to use it is because I didn't see anywhere in Markdown because they use the same thing too, right? Like they use this same Markdown syntax for a link or an image, right? And there's really no way to manipulate the size. You can't change the image size. And I didn't want this huge, I didn't want like this huge sticker, you know, or whatever, logo right there, because it's like that big or something, you know? So I saw you can use an image tag, and then you can use the attributes on it, like height, like that. Done. Cool beans. All right. All right, where are we at, yo? We got some mongoose going on here, not to be confused with the animal, you know. All right, so let's go back through here. Let's see what we got going on. Yeah. So right now, I actually still have, I think I have this running still. I do have the database going. Well, actually, I shouldn't say I got the data. I do have the database up, but all I'm doing is connecting to it right now. I'm not really sending anything to it, but I am querying it and I am connecting. So this is basically what I did. Everybody that's here already knows that, but yeah, you know, get the basic HTML site that we built. I wonder if I could do like this, because this is the sticker, right? I kick that off there. Let's open one of these bad boys up. All right, so this is the app, right? Or I still need to fix this shit. But you know, the idea, you got the gist of the idea here, you know. You picking up what I'm laying down here, right? So, got our form. And so that's all that this part is, just the image, script styles, and index. Any functionality yet? Yes. Not from the form part though, but functionality on the API server, yes. So I spun up created a, we're going to get that done tonight. Yeah, it's already pretty much done. I actually came in here today earlier and adjusted some things. I'll show you what I did. I'll show you what I did and bring it back to. I'm just kidding. I gotta close these readmes out. We don't need to read nothing. Hooked on phonics didn't work for me. I don't want to read. No. All right, so I guess let's just start from the right. So we have the app, right? App JavaScript. It's our entry point. So we pull in our Express, we pull in Mongoose, right? We make a connect over to Mongoose, which we are utilizing our .env. I'll show you this because there's not really any secrets in here, but this is our database URL. This is our port, right? So those are our two environment variables that we have stood up, or have defined, I should say. So we're referencing that here. And then we are, you know, connecting to the database, running a couple checks on the database here. If it errors out, we just, you know, console log out an error. If it's if we have a successful connection, open connection, we say connected to the database. I'll switch over to the other side here too, so that's actually on the right. So you can actually see right there too, server started, connected to database. Then here we're actually throwing in some middleware, right? So that every request here comes back with a JSON formatted data. Data to attitude, back in the saddle. He's like, I'm coming back for more torture tonight. Code hustle. Let's tear this API server to the ground. Look, I got my old vintage jQuery UI shirt on tonight. What? Old school. Old school. jQuery UI. What? That used to be the shizzle when it came out though, right? You're like, nice. What? Progress bar. This is my last day to get my site running better. All right, well, gots to knock it out, man. Right? What do you gotta do? What's the deal? You gotta just like performance, or what do you got? You got a couple things hanging up. But yeah, so okay, so we have the again Couchbase Connect. I might have a talk. Oh, that's right. Depends on what I can pull from the site. Right. Gotcha. Have you? I'm sure you probably have, right? But dude, go out there and like, right, just peruse the interwebs and like look at other Couchbase talks that have been given. Hit YouTube up. Look at all Couchbase, keynotes, Couchbase demos, tutorials, blog posts, and then never even thought of doing that. Yeah, just why not, dude? Rip it from I don't mean rip it from somebody else, but the technology is the same, right? Like it's more just about how you present it or they present it and stuff like that, right? I mean, I saw Matt Groves putting together his presentation. Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's what I like to do too. If I'm gonna demo something, like especially if it's a like, yeah, I'll go out and I'll watch a bunch of other people demo it first. Just because there's inevitably, like, right, you're doing it for a Couchbase con. That was probably a Couchbase conference last year or the year before or the year before that or whatever, or at another conference. A lot of times, you'll have people just say, hey, I built my app with React, this, and Couchbase. And so they talk about it, and so I just will, go and watch them, see what they have, because sometimes people will add a little bit of, add some of that input from their experience or something that specifically happened to them, whatever. And it just might help you develop your talk better. I think everybody tries to pull from other people to try to make their stuff the best they can. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as you're okay. So so this was the part yesterday too. Oh, I wonder if Cullen will join in. Extra Liz. Hi, I guess, huh? Fine. I guess we'll say hello too. Just kidding. Hugs, virtual hugs. So this was the part yesterday that was kind of like bothering me, right? Right. Fine. Just say hi then, damn it. Passive aggressive love, right? I love you, fine. Just take it. So yeah, so this was the thing that was bothering me yesterday with the whole routes. I was like, I don't like the way this looks. Like, it doesn't. I was like, I don't want to have to put app. I don't want to have to do app dot get and then the route and then app dot post and then the route, like all in this file. I was like, I don't like that. I knew there were other conventions. This was it. This was one of the ones that I had found. So I dug around a little bit and looked back at some old stuff, and I was like, yeah, this is what I like. So basically, this pulls in like a router, right? So I have a routes folder here, and I have two files in it, home and requests. The home one, right? So I just say home router. I'm just requiring that file. And then I say app use. So then I'm defining the route, which in this case is just the root, right? The base of the URL, so the home. And that is then referencing this home router. So in the home router, now I have my route get, and I can do a response to it. This was just the try catch I had in there. And this one's not that like whatever, because it's just a simple get, right? But on this one, same thing, right? So I pull in a router, right? Or a route, I should say. This probably should say request route. I don't know, router, that, whatever, you get it. So same thing, app use, right? I give it the path, the route that I'd like to hit on the URI, and then it's, you know, referencing using this request route file. And in here, you can see the magic, right? So here, same, pulling in the router just like it is in the home one. You need both those to be able to do the routing, but I'm also pulling in the model for the data. And in here, I have more than one method, right? I have the get, I have the get by ID, I have the create a sticker, which is our post, right? I have a patch, which is basically update, right? And then our delete by ID. So update by ID, delete by ID, create a sticker, and get a sticker by ID. So, right? So now it's much cleaner, and a little bit more, you know, modular, damn. Not even gonna try to say it anymore. I don't care. I don't want to say it. Okay. It's more modular. I think I got it out. So anyway, super cool, right? I like this. It's much better. It really breaks apart the, you know, the responsibility, in my opinion, you know, modularizes. I can't say that word. Modularize. God. Anyway, next, makes it modular. I'm gonna use that instead. So then basically you could just like build up your routes in here, right? You can just keep adding routes. You can add, is whether you want to just do gets or posts or whatever inside that route file. And then all you have to do is in the app JavaScript, you basically, this is where you define it, right? So you just say, hey, here's my router, here's the route that I want you to pull that router when you hit it, and so on and so forth. So you could just create another one of these, call it about route or whatever, and move on and so forth. Express router, right? You got it, Liz. So we got that going, right? So we do have some minimal stuff in our, so here, let me show you like this. So if I go to the root of our application, I think it's still running, you'll see right here, right? You get code hustle sticker request API. And that's because in my home, when I do a get on it, that's what I'm responding with, right? This is what I like about this too, right? Every router.get is just at the slash. There's no having to, and that's because in the app, you're defining the route that you actually want to go to. And then the request router just is generic, which is what I like. Like this one, see, everything's just slash ID slash, it knows that it's under the home, just like, or it knows it's under the request route. It's I like it much better. I think it's a much cleaner implementation. So I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see if it freaking works. So, but yeah, you can see that the get is working, right? So ignore this up here. But this is our return from there, right? But if we were to hit the requests route with a get, I actually do have, do I still have it open somewhere? Here. So I do have a Mongo database running locally, right? You can see there's 3. Now these are actually old records, so they don't have the actual properties that I want in it yet, but that's not a big deal. Because I'm just doing a request and find all. It doesn't, I'm not saying specifically pull back any particular fields, so I don't really care. So now when I hit the requests here on a get, if all else works properly, I'll get back those records from my database. And as you can see down here, those are the 3 records, right? They all match each other. Isn't that so original? But you can tell they're different. They have different IDs. It's called lazy seeding of the database. But it's because I didn't know what I was doing yet with this. So, but yeah, as you can see, right, this is them. Here's the IDs, there's the name, address, fields, it's all the matching, right? So our get is working. So the next thing we're moving on to is the post, you know what I'm saying? Everything is itching. Why? What's wrong? Do you have poison ivy? What is the matter? Why are you itchy? I don't know. Extra Liz will tell us. Hopefully. Okay, so... Oh, that's the other one I was going to show you. So I'm also doing, just to test out the... Ooh, did that get you dizzy enough right there or what? I'm also testing out... So here, right? We're on the request route, right? So our get just did this. This is when I did that request, right? It came in here and it tried doing a async request on the find here, right? This is a MongoDB, right? Interaction going on there to find all collections or documents, I should say, I guess, in the database. And so that's what pulled back those records. But I also want to test now doing an insertion, right? And so that's going to be our post request, which is right here. And right now, I just have it set up to console log out the request body. I just want to see what's in it, right? So if and to see that it's working, right? So here's what you do here on Postman. That's why it's so nice, right? You're at the same URI, right? And this is also, if you're not familiar with HTTP verbs and routing, if you notice right now I'm hitting a get at the request route. I'm not going to change the route. I'm going to just change the verb or the method in which I am calling that route, right? But this time, since I'm posting something, I need to pass some data to it, right? So in this case, it's an object. These are the fields that I would like to populate, you know, with this test data. And so when you do this in Postman, you basically just do a post to the URI, you select body here, you select raw, you write this out how you'd like, or how your endpoint is expecting it, right? And then when I do this, if everything works right, I should see the return of this same thing here. And I do, and I also see it here. You can see right there, bam. So now I know I'm getting my data, right? So the next step is to just insert it into the database. MongoDB, it's the place where I'm gonna keep my data, baby. It's so safe. I don't know if that's true, cause I think I don't have it secured with the password, don't you know? Yeah, it's wide open. Bad. Good for development, bad for production. Go dev, no prod. I only code on production. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so that means we can do things here. Let's see. Oh, are we really going all crazy on Twitch over here with our speed? I don't know. All right, and so I wonder if you could do that, but I'll have to try that out. So we know what we have here. We have our request body with our object that's got our name, street, city, state. To step into that, right? So to get it, we'd request body dot name will give us back our name, right? And so on and so forth. So we can do like let's see, we'll do new request and then basically just name, and this is going to be and then it was like what would I have, name, street, I think, right? Oh, duh, I can just look down there. That would help if you just paid attention, sir. You'd actually know what to type. Street. Okay. So you kind of get the idea, right? So you're basically just building up this now and populating these fields with the data coming in from the request body, right? So nothing crazy. Did I do zip or no, state? Request oh, come on. It's really annoying that actually this big hinter thing over the top, like, go away. Request body state. All right, cool. Oh, and zip, right? Zip, postal code, whatever. Let's just see if we can get this thing to work. All right, cool, right? So we have name, street, city, matches that. And really and truly, our database should not even care that these records are going to be different. That's the one thing about NoSQL databases, right? Is that I can stick this into the same collection with completely different properties and it should take it. We will find out. Okay, so we have that built up, right? That's going to be our, so then let's do it. Let's try cons. Hey, nobody wants you to be in there. Hezzy, what's up? So then it would be okay. So let's try new request. Hello. Equals await, and we want to do request dot save, right? And then response dot status, send it back a 201. And yeah, what am I passing in on this new request? Yeah, cheating with the docs over here a little bit. I don't remember all of it. And if this blows up, right? Status. This would be, we'll do, actually, I mean, it could, well, I don't know, 400, is that? And then this actually will you can actually pass back the, I think something like that. All right. need this. That was just for me to mess with. All right, what do we think? Huh? Does it look good? Is it gonna work? I don't know. Oh my God. It may. I like all the green on the screen. That's good for us, right? Green means good. Okay, I don't know. Moment of truth, right? Is this gonna work? Right? Should be. We should be okay, I believe. All right, let's give it a spin. Let's watch it blow up. It wouldn't be fun if it didn't break, right? No, I'm just kidding. It's just because we never get first time goes, you know. It's this. All right, so this should, right? This kind of matches our name, street, zip, or state, zip, right? Do we type all these right? Request body name, request body street, request body city, request body state. Okay, looks like we're good, right? Make sure we got all of it. And that should okay, that should attempt a save to the database. So let's see what happens. I would be very it looks right, but there's always that little gremlin in there that just wants to come and go. Not this time. Let's see what happens. Fingers crossed. All right, gotta bite the bullet. Here we go. Send. What? And I don't like ninja references to coders, but fucking tore that shit up. I'm just kidding. Whew, my foul mouth. I just lost some viewers there. I mean, you just gotta hang on and see. Yeah. All right. Cool. Right. So that actually worked. Did it work? I know it did because I see. And there's our 201 right there. Created. Right. Booyah. Let's do a get on our requests. Right. I should be able to. Right. Bam. Now I should have a fourth one. Look at that. Haha. We are cooking with grease. Now this is right. This is one of the what's the word I want to say? I guess convention or capability. I don't know, or allowability. I don't know what you want to call it. But you see how the structure is different, right? So this one is completely different than what I got here. And they're in the same collection, and that's completely legal inside of MongoDB or NoSQL databases, period, right? There, you don't have to have, it's not a structured data set, right? Like a table is inside of a SQL database, right? So that's an important thing to note to yourself, because if you tried to do this on SQL or something, it would throw up all over the place and tell you, this is not this and that's not that. And Mongo or Couchbase, right? Data2Attitude or Couchbase, the records do not have to match each other schema-wise. They can be different. I might not recommend doing it, but it does make it nice if you like have, you know, if you had to say add a field to your record. No, I think it could be just a lot easier, right? You could just easily start saving new records right off the bat into the same collection with the new additional fields without any problems, not corrupting your data at all, right? And then I guess you just have to go back and add that field into the records that don't have it. And there's probably a, like, you know, I'm sure you could do a bulk update across the collection, you know, and write, well, you could definitely do that. I mean, you could write it in code, right? On the front end, you could sit over here, or not front end per se, but you know what I mean? Like in here, you could write something that, you know, that would go and say, oh, pull this record. If this record is missing field, state, and zip, add field, state, and zip to this record, right? And it just let that iterate over all of those and just add them into it. You could easily do that, I would think. So yeah, there's definitely... Where did that come from? Oh, I was like, where did this come from? Testing name. Interesting. I wonder why that just showed... Am I only outputting some? Oh no. I wonder why that... oh, right here. I was like, why is it outputting just that? It helps. Or like, why is it doing that? Because you're telling it to, Gerald. You told the freaking guy output the name. Huh? Get with the program, buddy. What are you doing? You're killing me here. They got us in super slow-mo going on here, don't they? Super duper slow-mo. Yo. All right, cool. So we have something going on here. We got some stuff working. We are saving to database. We are getting from database. So now, I want to get, I guess. I mean, we could start really quick and see if we could probably wire up and just test pushing the form through to the back, right? Come in here and submit this form. And I'm sure we're gonna run into problems. Like we're probably gonna get a cores thing maybe, but that's okay. We'll figure that out, right? We'll add cores package library to our Express application. Or something like that. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I just read articles. All right. I need something. This is not upbeat enough for me right now. I need something a little bit. And you know, I guess it doesn't really matter. We just mute ourselves. You know, VODs are gonna be muted. It's just the way it goes. What do we want to listen to? This is actually not a bad one, but some old school stuff going on there. I mean, it's not so bad, you know. It's just chilling. I don't know. I'm so torn. Okay, so yeah, actually this is gotta get our code groove on, you know. Get down, here we go. Let's get syntactical, baby. You know, I just love to code all day, night, and long. You know, it's so much fun. I can't stop it. Keeps me. Just making shit up. It's the only way to do it. Okay. I talk a lot too, you know, if you haven't noticed. All right. I don't think I even showed you this. This is what the model looks like now as well. I kind of expanded on it a little bit. We have, oh, you know what I want to do? I want to add a field here for, let's call it created. Maybe created date or just created. Created's good enough for me. And then this, there's a way to do this. Let me see something really quick. Hey, get down, wanna get down, baby. Show me that you getting kinda crazy. Up in the club is where we go, lazy. Or where we go, baby. All right, so to Zype, right? I like that. There's a date type. That works. Required. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are, you filthy animal, eh? You're freaking required to show up here. Don't be trying to sneak around my data, huh? And the default on this bad boy is going to be a date.now. Now this should technically, this should, I don't believe you have to pass this, and this will create anyway, right? If I'm not mistaken, but I could be, because that happens often. I'm often mistaken. You know, can't know it all by any means. All right, so let's go back to our post, right? Because this is where we'll see this. And you could technically input the same stuff, you know, but we're gonna just change it up a little bit so the record's kind of street, Celia Avenue, I don't know, in Jerrytown, and state of nothing. And zip. Okay, so now that we have, so if I'm not mistaken, I don't believe you have to pass like that created this. I think that this will auto happen. That's awesome, right? Auto magically. It's gonna auto magically just. How we doing? The stream looks red. Attitude. Are we dropping crazy frames out there or what? Now they lie to me. Your stream quality is good. Oh, is it? How good is it? Good enough. It keeps. I hate it. Always. I never trust it 100%. Right? In Streamlabs OBS, they like show the little thing in the bottom corner, and it like every time I'm on, it flips from like green, red, yellow, and green, red, yellow, green, and it just like hops back, and I'm like, I don't even know if I believe it. I just don't even know. Thoughts? I like how my coloring is all subjective. Look at the coloring on this. How it just all is like jacked up. That's awesome. I'm like, are we actually still connected? I don't even know. Here, I'll throw in, we're gonna just chuck some stuff in chat, make sure we're still working. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna test that post again and see if this will post and actually create the created date property for us. We'll see. What's the worst thing that happened? Not work, right? All right, so we got a post, we got it to our right thing, we added some new data, bam, hit it, show me the love. Oh, that's a good sign. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. What in the hut? Nice. That's great. I love that shit. It's so simple. Didn't have to do anything special, just did it. So now, right, if I do my get again on the same thing, booyah, balooyah, there we go. This one's got created. Oh, what? 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 Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? A star, that... Oh, sorry. I may be a little off my rocker. Look at all the other records. They all have a created on it now, which is wrong because that's not the date that it was created. But that is quite interesting. Although that's not good either, is it? Because did it do that only because it recognized? Well, one, it definitely did it specifically because of something like this saying default, right? Because otherwise, when we had done the other post earlier, when we just did the testing, right? This, and this, and it's not like these additional fields got populated into the other records, right? But they also don't have a default on them, right? So my thought is that this somehow is an indicator that says that, well, we can look it up real quick, but that applies across the collection if you do this. That was really interesting. I don't know though, it makes me feel a little uneasy about it, because if I update records now, like if I, and we'll do this because we're going to test all the methods, right? So if I actually update a record, I'm going to call them records. I know they're like collections, whatever, right? But a record in the collection, or what do they call it? Is it a document in the collection? Is that the proper terminology? The document in the collection, brought to you by Mongo. If you update this by ID, will this update appropriately? No to me. That's interesting question. I need some MongoDB experts in his aisles. But that was, I was not expecting to see that, but that it's kind of cool because I would, so if I was to say like, do something like, and this is okay, because it doesn't really matter, right? We can just delete this shit later. So if I was to like, because none of them have, right? Hold on, none of them have, so they all have name, address, email. Well, some of them don't have email, but okay. So if I was to do, ooh, actually, I probably should add email in, because this way I could get a hold of you if something, whatever. Anyway, so let's add an email, but I'm curious, if I add email onto here, like, let's add this here. And if I say type, I mean, this would still be a string, and then required, we'll say, yeah, I mean, we definitely would want it required, which is all good in the hood. But then this part, this default thing, I feel like that's what made this happen across all of them. So if you did default, and if I just said, and when you do this, do I have to do something like this and say, like, if I was to say, I'm just putting in anything. So I'm like, is that, if I do that, you know, is that gonna replicate the email field across all of the records or the documents in the collection and add no reply at mail.org to each one of those because I put, I don't know. All I know is that when we just did it against with these other just normal with type and required, it didn't add these properties to the other documents. But when I did do this created one, unless this is something, again, I guess I'll have to look it up, but why not? Let's just mess around and see what happens. This is the fun of screwing off with this stuff, right? See what happens. What's the worst thing, eh? It blow up in your face? This is the fun part about development. Just wipe it, build it again. All right, so we have email on there now, right? So now if we go here, oh wait, yeah, no, here. So I didn't pass the created last time either. So I'm gonna just hit this and see what happens. I'll do a different first name just so we know. Oh, and we want to do a post, not a get. Right? Let's see what happens. Yep, it sure did. Email. Look at that. That's interesting. I mean, it's cool. I actually kind of like it, but I just want to see. So now wait, hold on. If I do a get on here now. Yep, look, every record has that email now. Well. I learned something new. Maybe you did too. Isn't that so nice that we could do it together? Sharing is caring. I'll just try not to share my insanity with you, okay? I'll keep that to me. That is cool, because earlier just when I said like, oh hey, the cool thing is that you can just add record with a different schema, you know, it doesn't matter, and it works, and that's true. But I was also talking about, oh, you know, like having to go back, and I was like, you could just do a loop, like you could loop over and add that property into the document like in code. Obviously you don't have to. You could in the model pass it as a default, right? And then it applies it to every. Now, if I was to do, this is me just experimenting, right? So now we know that the default thing does that. So if I was to do something like, I don't think this is gonna work, right? So if I said type here, and then this, do we want to do this as a string too? Yeah, we'll just do a string right here. Just keep it easy. Now I don't know, I guess they're required. I'm assuming that, so if I just do that, right, and I don't give it a default, now the other thing is I'm not entering that in either. So like, right, never added email here, never added. Ooh, that's weird. Wait, hold on. I never added email to this. So that's trippy. hold on a second. How is it doing that? How did it know? How did it know to insert that? Oh wait, I did the one with, that was with the default, right? So it probably, okay, I'll try it with this and see, that'll tell me if that's what the difference is, right? Because this one I did it with the default, so does it just not give a shit like that you define some sort of new request model here? There's like, or not request model, but like this is the defined values, and does it, maybe it just is like, well, if I don't see something there, I don't care, but if it's in the model, I'm just gonna do, well, and of course, again, it has a default value, so I guess it's like, well, you didn't provide one, so we're just gonna give you one because you gave us a default, which makes sense. So if that's true, then this phone should not populate, right? Because I don't have phone listed here. I don't have it as a default, right? So my thought is that if I try to pass phone in here, well, hold on. All right, let's see what happens. I'm curious. So what's the first thing that happens? I added phone onto here, right? But I didn't add it here. So it's just in the model, but not in the actual creation of the request. So what happens in that case? Okay, let's see. I'm curious. This is a good kind of like, just so I'm not giving it a value. It's in the model, but it's not in the, okay, so let's see. So if I do this, oh, I gotta post it first. So if we post to the request, let's change it up too so I know which one this is. The whole family, you know, Bobby Jones for the 1B, Bobby, they call him. So we posted Booby. Oh, wait, request validation failed. Phone path, phone is required. I likey. That's good, right? And then, you know what's nice about this? You could pass this back, or well, sorry, this is getting passed back, right? So then on your, you could actually on the front end output that potentially, right? That's like server-side validation because it's coming from the server. All right, so it was required, and that's why it complained. If it wasn't required, it wouldn't complain, but it also wouldn't. I'm gonna try these all out. I'm kind of curious about all the scenarios here now. So I not making it required, and I'm also not passing it in the value. So if I do this now, what do I get? It's like no problem, but there's no phone. Makes sense. Now, technically, right? Phone here, and then whatever. If I try to do this, this should still not work because, right, I'm past, it is in the model here, right? But in the actual request post, I'm not passing any value, right? So it just shouldn't work. Or I'm curious to see what it actually does. Like, let's see. So I'm trying to pass phone. Um, phone did not get created. Okay, exactly like we wanted, right? But now if I was to I'm just switching up the names to kind of like keep giving me a different, so I can kind of just validate I'm getting different records. So now though, right? So now if phone is up here, we have it here, right? We don't even have to make it required if we don't want, right? We don't necessarily need your phone number. And I do phone here now, and I say request body phone Pahone. Did you get a Pahone? I got a Pahone. Request body phone. Nice, right? Save that sucker. And now, technically, right? This should now take this. I should see it come back in this, right? Post it up. Tina, show me what you got. Tina, there she is. Bam, phone. Got it. That works. All right. I like it. We're cooking. All right. Although I'm not going to take phone as in property because I don't want one. But we will add in, I do want to do looking good, man. Thank you. Thank you. I moisturized today. Oh, you mean the code? Aha. Got it. Got it. I figured that's what you meant. I knew what you meant. Yes, I'm a complete idiot. Just so you know. Right, Ethan, though? We're getting there. We're getting there, man. It might not have been as easy as your Vue application. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Now, I kind of wonder, right? If you, this is a way to control this, right? Um, I'm very interested to see, and I'm going to try it right now, actually. And I'm taking this out because we're not going to use phone. I don't want to call none of you jokers. Okay, so this is what I wanted to see because in the in when you output the request.body by itself, you get this, if that makes sense. So like it actually looks just like this. You get this object like this, right? Actually, like if I go up far enough, I might be able to see it. Because I was outputting at one point request.body, and I was like looking at it, and I'm like, why couldn't you just pass? And I think you can. I'm gonna try it out. Why can't you just pass in the request.body and not even go? It's probably too far up, but oh wait, hold on. No, okay, I'll just do it. Um, yeah, you get all of these with the values. So I can see on this being very refined, you know what I mean? And like, but like here, I just want to try something. So if I actually, uh, can I comment this out in there and get away with it for a minute? Right? If I was to do that, again, this might not obviously be the most recommended way to do this, but I was very curious to see though if this still would work. I'm not asking for phone. I am asking for email, right? Wait, did I add that into the model? Email, yes. And it's a default, right? That's the one we saw. Duh, man. Um, and I don't think we need to do a default. That was good to get. So I'll save that. And then on the request, right? And yeah, I don't care about that. Okay, so over here, then I will give it. I do like that in Postman, they must be using like some of the similar plugins, or if this is based on it or not. But look, it lets you do the same type of commands here. Like if I do Option Shift down arrow, it copies the line. If I do, can I do this and do, yeah, see, multiple lines, see, cursors. So it's like almost like the VS Code editor. It could be actually. Okay, so email, and we'll just email at msn.com, whatever, you know, doesn't matter. Okay, so this now, name, street, city, this is all, right? This is everything that I want and everything that's required in the model, right? Let's see, because I think that's going to be important. So I have the name, email, street, city, zip. This will go by itself. It doesn't need to be passed, right? And all of that's going to be in this request body, I feel. So I feel like if I pass this now, or submit this as a post, let's see what happens. Okay, you ready? I'm scared. Yes, I knew that was gonna work. So, see, we get passed back our exactly what we did, right? And our email with our created. Like a missile. But you see what I have here? Request.body. No, not defining each one of these like this. Now again, it's kind of like a bulk dump, right? You're like, that sounded, but you're taking a little bit of a risk, I guess. Well, I don't know, maybe not. You have this model back here to control the required state of it, and telling what type it is. You can pass a default value if you wanted to for it. So in a lot of ways, I don't see what's wrong with this. What's wrong with this? Just passing the request.body. Nice. Hey, number one. Yeah, baby. There it is. Ethan saying, "What's up?" Nice, nice. Gateshead College. Skills learned to be awesome. What? Cool, cool. These work yet? Oh, yeah. Hobbies, rugby, programming, playing games, kickboxing. Yeah. Are you really only 17? Jesus Christ. I mean, I knew you were young. I knew you were young. People are probably like, 17 in college? What the? Yeah, England's different, you know? Graduate high school like 16. Or primary school, as they call it, right? Right, is it primary? I always get that damn mixed up. Right, it is that, right? Isn't it, Ethan? Primary school? Like your... what we consider our high school? Or high school. Right, yeah, yeah. I was like, Yeah, that's why I've always, man, I've like told everybody that like, right? Ethan J killing it. He's going to Tizown. It's only gonna grow from here. Right? Got the to-do app. Stealing my orders app, you know. It's okay. Won't tell anybody about it. I think you need like right here in the bottom corner, code hustle approved. I'm just kidding. Code Hustle sponsored. This page has been brought to you by. I always thought it'd be cool to like start a coding school and call it Code Hustle Academy. Just sounds good. Know what I'm saying? That'd be sick, right? Code Hustle Academy. But is this one local? Is that why these aren't linked yet? Nice. Copied. Cool. That was a nice little fun experiment, right? Oh, cool. I didn't even see that. Nice. Nice, nice. Oh, I didn't mean to close it. Damn it. Oh, here's what I would do with that too, right here. On the just a little suggestion on the pop these open in new tabs, just so that when you go to look at it, you know, I stay on your site, and then this way it pops open and I can come back here and then go, oh, I want to go check out this one. Just a little user thing, you know. This was a cool one, yeah. Let's see how. Still working, or is it shut down? Shut down. Nope, there we go. Now, question is, what Charleston? What are they? Which one? Yeah, it's raining right now here because it's tropical storm just came through. I am following you on GitHub, right? Yeah. Cool beans, man. All right. Well, see, now we got to get our front form, right, to post to our database and not just through Postman, right? Because then that would actually be, we'd start inching closer to an actual application. Or one that's working. All right, cool. So now, so I like that. I think I'm just going to keep that the way that is. I'll keep this commented out so I have reference to that, but I like the fact that you can just pass. I like, you know, if you just know you want to take all the fields, then why not just do that? I'd only do this if I was like, there was something I wanted to do or validate on potentially, right? Maybe you'd want to say, you know, request body, like, or maybe on the email, right? Maybe you'd want to run a check just to kind of validate that it's a, now granted, I know you can do that on the front end by just calling the field type email, but you could do like, kind of like a little server-side check on it if you wanted to, right? Also, this would also be the place. Okay, so now I know where, although you can still pull it out of here, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, the only thing I could see potentially in this too is something like doing an if like here, probably would even wrap this in one and say like if request dot body. Oh, I'd have to. Okay, this actually would be interesting. You'd have to pass this off to. I mean, yeah, you could still kind of do that. You could say if well, you could just do it like this too, right? If request.body, just make sure you have it, right? And then you could say, so this is where, and I don't know if I would do this. I probably would do hold on, I'm trying to think now. I probably would do like a function call here. Because what I'm trying to do is a check on email, right? Like make a query into the database and check to see if that email exists. If it does, then respond back or something. I guess it says that this email has already been used for this request or something along those lines. But I'm not sure exactly what the best way is to go about that. So I would be like, I'm just gonna kind of write it out, even though it's not exactly. So I'd be like, check email request, right? Body.email would get passed to this check, and then whatever this return, we would handle then the request if it if the email is not found, then we just go ahead and do the the submission. Else we tell them in some form or fashion that the email's already been used. So good idea. Want a hint? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I just trying to figure out how I want to call. Like, can I just say, yeah, I mean, you can give me a hint if you want. I don't care. I'm not trying to I'm not really doing like a learning thing, so that's probably the only time where I would be like, don't tell me has a find one method. Yeah, no, yeah, I knew that. Oh, sorry. But yeah, no, thank you for that though. Yeah, I was just thinking of how would I go about, I'm trying to just think like, yeah, okay, so I could probably just write, so I could just here. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna say request.find one. Let's see if the email exists, return response sent email already exists. Yeah, right. Yeah. Although, will that... Wait. Sorry, hold on. Never know how to get the thing off the screen. Why does it? Can't you just... Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry, hold on one second. Apologies. I gotta try to keep the balance. Gotta keep the balance, man, you know? I got people all over now. Yeah, okay, so like you said, this would be something like we could say email check. And it's request. Okay. So let's do this too. So can I? I'm actually just going to comment this out real quick. I love doing the little, I like to just test, right? So I like to do like this, do like that, and then do like a log here and do the email. Really? Why are you not hinting at me at all? It's so annoying. Don't know why I'm having it, like, it seems so like sluggish for some reason. All right, so now we'll try and see if when I do this post request here, if I pass in, does finds one document, the conditions are cast to their respective schema types before the command is sent. So is it checking? Is it gonna say like, let me look through the whole collection and see if I find puppies? Sorry about that. Doggy time. Actually, it's coffee time. I need 2 minutes, all right? I'll be right back. We're back. All right, we gotta do a little something. I gotta just. All right, let's see what this email comes through the way we want. Or finds it the way we want. We'll see. The video of this is really cool. It's this dude on this long road on his longboard, and he's just got his headphone listening to this, and he's just like dancing on his longboard and spinning around on it. It's really cool. Out in the California desert somewhere on this really long, really ridiculously really long. Okay, let's get some email checking going on here, right? So if I pass something that's already in the database, right? So this is email, I know I submitted that. So if I was to say, I'm just going to change this up a little bit, right? If I was to submit this now, what happens on this find one? Is it going to say, yep, found that email? Good question. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I don't know exactly what find one does, but we're going to find out. Bam. Okay, let's see what happens. Is it going to say, eh? Oh, it's hung up. Yeah, definitely something blew up over here. Unhandled promise parameter filter to find one must be an object. Must be an object. Got email at msn.com. What? I see. So they actually want to see, like, and then, okay. I'll buy that for $1. Because this is just the value, right? When you look at this, this is an object. Oh, I wonder, would it actually... No. You got to tell it what the hell you're looking for, right? So we're looking for email. Okay. All right, let's see if that does it. So, could not get response. Okay, let's see if this will work now. Nope, something blew up again. Right? Oh wait, hold on. Oh no, it didn't blow up. It just, I'm not passing anything back, so it's frozen. Not frozen, it's just no response, right? But here, right, this is what it gave us back. It said, hey, yeah, we found this record with this in it. Right? Email at MSN from Tina Jones. Right, so that would indicate to us that email, right? Because if I did, can you stop this? Cancel, okay. Okay, so let's try this, right? I said email at MSN. What if I said C Jones, right? is this going to find that? It shouldn't, right? So if email then send that, we already have it. Yeah, I know, I get, yeah, totally, yeah, Ethan. One Hunsky. I just want to see now. I'm going to pass in a value I know is not in the database, right? And let's see what returns on that. So over here, null, right? So if it's null, we know that it does not exist. Otherwise, if we get this object back like this, we know that that email exists in the database. Cool. Cool. All right, so that is what we want, right? Because we want to check to make sure that we're not. And I'm thinking email, right? Ethan, what do you think? Like email is probably the easiest, I think, like property to kind of check on. Like I don't really want to check someone's address. Like, hey, has this address already been put into the database? Also because it's, right, it'd be hard to match on that specific, like you literally could be a comma difference or something and like that could say it doesn't match or something, right? Where the email is pretty much unique. You really can't mess with that. So I'm gonna stick with that. Yeah, I figured you'd agree. I know you know what's up. 17 or not, right, motherfuckers? Age has no bearing here in Code Hustle land. Oh yeah, let's see. Let's see what comes back when I look up. Really? 0 followers, but there's a... How does it have a playlist already? Did somebody make a playlist called Coding Jam? Coding Jazz Hop 2? What is that? Oh, I gotta listen to this. Interesting. What do you think, Ethan? This is Coding Jazz Hop 2. Jazzy coding. This is very upbeat and happy. Like, hey, welcome all to this evening's lounge with Code Hustle. We'll be discussing, first of all, be kind to your waiters and waitresses. Smoke them if you got them. Scotch is on sale tonight. It's actually all not that bad, really, to be honest with you. I kind of dig it. I mean, I like jazz. I don't listen to it a lot or anything, but... What? No, there's not. Oh, that's a... I was gonna say. But look at this podcast that I just saw. Jamstack with Jam. Coding blocks. 40 years of coding in a minute. Awesome coding. I wonder what this one is. I'm gonna have to check that out. Don't play, I just want to read you. Really? Why is this running so slow? Codingblocks.net. Pragmatic talk about software design, best practices, performance, object-oriented program, database design, everything. Look, the DevOps handbook. What is this? Oh, I need to be reading this shit. We begin our journey into the repeatable world of DevOps. Well, I'm gonna have to, can I like add this to a list or something? Share, follow, I guess, follow. I'll follow. Added to your library. Okay, thanks. Why did that not do the follow thing? Look, Daddy. Wow, this is so slow, the responsiveness on this, huh? Ethan, what is up with that, Joe? And look, I should be... So I bought a Wi-Fi extender for the house, or for me in this room, because I'm on Wi-Fi. And so I have it right over here. It's wireless, of course, right? Wi-Fi extender. But I'm running a cord. I'm actually plugged into the Wi-Fi extender instead of wireless. And wow, what a difference. Like, let's see. Hopefully it's still treating me like awesomeness. But I was getting like 400 something. Oh, see, it's shitty now again. What's up with that? I swear to goodness, earlier, that just goes to show you, I guess, right? How much OBS is killing shit. Look at this. I had 50, 60 megs earlier.
Episode 138. Subscribe.
I guess it could be, right? Between the streaming, between the streaming, oh, did that start? Sorry about that. I didn't realize that was going to start playing the music. That's horrible. Upload 26. I was getting like 60 megs earlier. I don't know why it's so shitty right now. Does it really drop that much just from using OBS? That's shitty. That's super fast here. Oh, dude, I'm not kidding you, Ethan. When I was off, when OBS was not on, running, before I did this, this was 486. And this was 66 megabytes. So yeah, like, in fact, hold on, let me see something here. Really? This was on wireless, actually. I'm not kidding. This was wireless, 144 megs. I think that was the only two I took. Yeah, read my GitLab credentials. Actually, it's for a workshop, so it wouldn't work anyway. Right? That was weird. Hey, I'm not really a networking guy, but do you get any better benefit from, like, if you have wireless and wired turned on at the same time, does that make any difference? Or not really, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a networking person. I haven't stayed up with networking stuff, so I don't even know. I guess what you could do is, I can't believe that that's, obviously I'm not wired. I'm not on wireless. You can see up there at the top. I'm gonna run this again. I'm surprised at how low that is. I guess that really is just, well, I stopped streaming music. Let's see, does it go any faster? Maybe it was a fluke. Yeah, still about the same, even lower. That bothers me. Well, now we're getting up to the upload speed is going good. See, look, cranking into the 50s. This never changes for some reason. Like I can, if I go downstairs and plug directly into the router, Ethan, I get like 800 plus. Yeah, that's what I thought, right? It's only going to use whatever network you're, it's not like it can dual band you out there, I guess, right? What the price on that? Oh, for the internet, $80 a month for a gig line. So I'm supposedly technically on a 1 gig, and again, that's only guaranteed if you're wired in, right, to the router. So yeah, if I go downstairs right now and like plug a Mac into the router directly and hit it, yeah, like 780, 840 megs a second, something like that. I get download, and then upload goes over 100, 200 something, 300 I think, even going up, plugged in. That's why wherever I go, I need this set up right next to the router. What? I know Hezy's like, what? New Zealand? We don't get shit like that. The pricing is really good. Yeah, it's here. Not to like get away from, but just so you can kind of get an idea. This is for new customers only, right? So this is who I use. It's called WoW, because it's WoW, right? But here, look, see? Super fast internet, best value, 1 gigabyte, $74.99. No contract, 30-day money guarantee, free whole home Wi-Fi, all that goodness. And there's your details. Up to 1,000 megabytes a second internet, our fastest speed for consumer. 1 gig not available in some areas. But here it even tells you, right? It's like, all right, well, we'll give you that crazy speeds, but let me just go ahead and tell you. 1, you need their special modem. And then internet speed limitations, you know, provision based on, they just tell you, right? Obviously, if you're not plugged directly in, you're not going to get the, but like here it says, even here though, it says currently up to roughly 650 megabytes a second. Wi-Fi connection speeds are also subject to limitations of Wi-Fi network protocols. That's what it is. Pretty nuts, right? The US is stupid with their speeds though. We're very spoiled. Very spoiled. Hezi, that is our normal for both speed and pricing. We don't. What's normal for both speed and pricing? Same thing, like a gig, 80 bucks. Is that what you're saying? I'm sorry if I'm misunderstanding. Let's go back to Code and Jam. What? We don't get more than 150 megs. Yeah. Which is still not, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, a lot of people are on, you know, they're in the single and double digits, you know what I mean? And the cost is 90. Oh, that's cheap. 60 bucks. Well, I shouldn't say cheap. I mean, it's not cheap. Yeah, it says it's about 60 USD. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah. The New Zealand dollar. Is that what they call her? Is it just called the New Zealand dollar? Cool, I didn't know that. Oh my goodness. What is this music? It's killing me. Can I just get like... I'm going through all the coding playlists. Let's see which one rocks. See, the problem is no all right, we got to get this going. We haven't gotten. All right, cool. So we found out that the find one method, right, it requires an object to be passed to it. And basically it'll do a check, right, and see if the field exists in our database already. So we ran a test on that, and it appears to be working, right? It returned, if it finds it, as it did here, which means it exists, right, in the database, it'll return back the whole object. So now I'm just trying to think logically how would I like to do that? Would I like to say if request body, because I could check, actually just say if this returns if request body, do that, and then so if this was null, then we'd want to insert it, else the email exists, right? Because I'm trying to think of what's the easiest logic way to do this, right? So I'd want to say if because that means it does not exist, right, in the database. And so then I would, I guess I'd move this whole block up there, huh? Actually. Right? Because I'd say if the email check is equal to null, which means it does not exist in the database, then I want to go ahead and insert it. Else, tell them, too bad, so sad. Else we will just do, I mean, right now I'm just gonna, you know, whatever, I'll just log out the, email. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. I'll do something with it later. We're gonna do some more stuff. Like I'm gonna add some other things, yo. But I think this is gonna give us what I want, right? Oh, I guess. So this should work now. Let's try it. I'm gonna take this out. Actually, we could try it like this actually without doing anything if we wanted to. Right, so let's read through this. So if request body, basically, do we have anything at all? Like, are we getting a submission of some data? Yes, we are, right? So if we do, then we come in here, we check to see if the email exists in the current database. If that email check returns null, it does not exist, so let's go ahead and insert it. Else, let's go ahead and let the person know, hey, this email or this request has already been submitted with someone with this email. Something along those lines, right? And don't let them submit. Sounds logical to me. I don't know. What do you think? I think it'll suffice. I think it'll suffice. Should I just go crazy and just not even just go for it? I commented this out because you don't actually have to identify every single property in this request body object. If you actually want to pass all the fields, you can just do that. So right now, that's what we're doing. Okay, so this should be good to go. Or actually, let's try this too. I'll do that, and then I'll also just say response dot send, just so we can get something back. Oh, not send, but send. Yeah, here we could even say the same thing, right? Email I'm just do that for now so I can just get some indicator, right? Okay. So let's try that again. We'll submit it with the same, right? And then we'll be able to tell if that's working, right? Because could not respond. It was what did I do? Was it email, I think, right? Email at MSN or something? Email, MSN, right? I think that was what it was. Right? Email at MSN. Okay, so that's the one. I need to try to use something like this instead. Okay. Oh, that was what it, okay, that works. I don't know why I thought the tail was different. Okay, so let's try that and see if this finds that and it'll blow up on us. It should, right? Let's see. So I'm trying to post. It should come back and tell me. Email already exists. Yep, right, that's what we want. Right, sorry buddy. Sorry Chris Jones. Tina Jones already has that email used in the database, so you cannot submit. I believe that's what we're looking for. All right, so then we would just okay. Yeah, it stopped right there. If email check is no. It was not no. So it went there. Okay, so now if we try. All right, yeah, that should work now. That should work. So now if I change this up, right? Back to like C Jones, right? That shouldn't exist, and so then this should go. Booyah, nice, nice. That's what I'm talking about. And right, we should be able to check it right now. Like I should be able to hit this again right now, and this should say, sorry dude, already exists. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Perfect. I'm gonna have to switch it up. This is bothering me. I had to bring it back down. I need to chill. I need to chill. Again. It's kind of like the ongoing background music that never ends. It always sounds the same. Cool. All right. All right. So we got that right. We're good. We got our submissions going. We could technically now. We could try deleting one if we really wanted to. So let's try some of those, right? Now this one would be the same thing, wouldn't it? Actually, wouldn't this be, if we're finding, doing one of these by ID, wouldn't it find one be the same thing? They're like, yeah, this is the same one you listen to all the time. Right. Okay. All right, so we got that down. We got that down. Okay. Gotcha. Trying to read some of the docs here. Okay, so you can do, there's actually is there a find by ID, it looks like? To find one subscriber that correlates to the ID the user passes in from parent route. That sounds like something we might want. Right? Right, so at minimum, right, we're gonna want to where's the get one right here, so this one, right, here, oh, what is this one? This is saying something else here. Oh, are they creating I think the docs is like, yeah, you can create this middleware so that you don't have to do that every time. Okay, interesting. Where do you put this middleware? Let's place this middleware function called right before our module exports equals router. Right, it's not in, they're not doing this in, no, this would not be in the model, no. So it's gotta be, and it's definitely not, I don't think it's in, no. So it is in here, I guess. So they're building out like this little, I'm gonna have to add my stuff, but like, let's see, so let's do async function. This will be get request ID or get, would it be, I'm trying to think of how I want to do that. Get requester maybe? I'm trying to think of how that'll work. So then we have our request, response, and next, right? And then let's do and yeah, turn this response status probably 500, right? Yeah. JSON. Who is this JSON guy? Always hanging out. Okay, so we got our return error message there. And then here we're gonna do wait and I think I'm gonna want to do right because it's based off of the right. Yeah. So is it? Yeah, it should be the request model, right? Request dot find by ID. Nice. Nice. They got their own little special. And then request. Wait a second, though. That's not going to be via. Does that come across as? Hold on. Request params. ID. Oh, right, because we'll be passing that in the route. Okay, yeah, that makes total sense. Okay. Yeah. I'm like, why is it params? I'm like, because it's coming from, it doesn't come from like the request body, it comes from the route that you go to, right? So, all right, so request params ID, and then if requester. Why does that not show up there? So weird. If the requester is equal to null, then we're going to do return. What do we want to return? The response, right? Status. No, really? 404, I guess. And then the message on this one is going to be here's a good reason to use backticks. Right? Did you see how it complained because I have that apostrophe in can't? See, you don't have to escape it or do any of that stuff. You just use those little backticks. They're magical. Okay, so can't find the request, right? And then catch, we got the error, and then at the end of this, we're gonna do, yeah, man. Ethan, be good. Going in. Heading in early tonight, don't you think, Ethan? Just kidding. Yeah. How is that? What? Then now you can add this in as like middleware to so now in all of our here we can do, well, all of them actually, right? Anything that needs an ID, we do this. You lost me. Whatever happened? Lost me via interwebs. Is that what you mean? So now, right, those should all, anything with these IDs, should be able to do that. And then now that should. All right, so we'll check these. We'll test one of those out and see what happens. Right, because this does request response next, so try requester equals, so wait, request find by ID. So take the parameter that's passed in by the URL or the route. If the requester is null, meaning it didn't find one of these IDs inside the, right, then say 404 can't find request. If it errors, throw an error message, else response requester equals requester. And then next, which just like, I guess, right, continues on in the function you're in here, right? So, okay. So let's go back up to the get one subscriber or get one requester. Right, so here's this one. And then so now I should be able to do response.json. And this would be response.requester. Hey. Okay. So I should be able to. I'm going to need the ID. Now I do, right? Because I don't think it's actually like this, is it? We'll have to play around with this a little bit, because in the database, right? Let's just do. Let me do a quick get requests, right? Because the IDs are like this, right? Underscore ID. Right, so how would I, and I guess, so like I'd have to have that whole number right there. Right, to actually test this. So you just do request, you do slash and then the number, right? But this is, oh, it must know, right? It has to know. Request find by ID. So this find by ID, it must, right? It must know that this is the underscore ID inside of their database. Right? Yeah, finds a single document by its underscore field. Find by ID is almost equivalent to find one underscore ID. Okay, so do I need to do that? Do I have to say find by ID and say, and actually make this an object? Like this, and say underscore ID. That might be required. The documentation doesn't show that though. So I'm curious, like, which one is correct? Is it that way, or do I need to do... Let's see. I mean, it's showing it without it. Let me see. Let's see if it's smart enough to know. Right? Oh, hey, no. No. Go back. Redo that. Like, redo. Just a quote, or just a semicolon. All right, cool. So let's check it out. Okay, so I should be able to, right? I should be able to then, let me grab something that's a little bit more obscure. obscure, like that has like that's because I have 3 of those records that are exactly the same. So let's make sure we're going to get back Tina. So I would do it like this, right? Should be like that, and then technically this should pull back Tina. Yeah, good, it does do that. Look, right, I didn't need to where is it? In the find one request params ID. Yeah, I didn't have to create an object, kind of like how on this one I did. It complained when I didn't have this set as an object like that. That's weird. Find one. I wonder if I could. I think this complained last time though. It's okay. I know what I know why that's doing that actually now that I'm thinking about it. But okay, cool. So that works, right? So we have now we see that we can use this get requester like middleware that we're adding into our route calls here. We'll pull back, and if it can't find it, it'll say can't find request, right? So let's actually, right, if I was to mess this up, let's say, right, message cast object ID failed for value. That's not the most friendliest message in the world, but it's an error, right? This is where we're getting this 500, right? Internal is coming from the one that we spit out, which was right here, right? Although I'm surprised it wouldn't have done this. If requester is equal to null. Oh, it says if it's equal to null. So does that? Does that mean that this now is? Let me see something here. Well, no, that'll because this will just pull back everything, right? So what would it do? Why is it not? I wonder why I get this instead of this 404 message can't find request. This seems like this will never fire. I don't know, right? If requester is equal to null, like it sounds like requester is never null. Because even if I, right, I mean if you go here and don't pass anything, right, that doesn't, because that is a route that actually does return everything, right? So yeah, okay, I don't see how not a Hunsky on that one either. Because I'm like, when would it ever come back and say null? Or yeah, you know, like when would this ever fire? I don't think this is ever going to happen. How would you ever get it to fire this off? Because if you pass nothing, it doesn't get null. If you pass the wrong one, it doesn't get null because it's something, right? So how do you get this to ever fire here? This should be like if requester is equal to, I don't know. I should look and see what comes back in this requester when you, because if you look at if you log it out here, requester, right? Really? Why does it take you so long to hit? Suck. Right, requester here. So now, like, okay, so if I do this one with nothing, it's going to give me everything, right? If I do like 1, it gives me this cast object failed to value 1 at path ID for model. Oh, that's interesting. Cast to object ID failed for value 1 at path ID for model request. I'm not sure why that is not doing find by ID. I mean, this is what I'm getting, right? I'm getting this 500, but I don't really want it to be, well, yeah, I mean, I gotta figure out how would you get this to, because console is just logging out. Actually, that didn't log out anything. When I tried to do this request, this didn't get logged out. I am so green into this and I cannot help out. Oh, that's okay, Hezzy, no worries. I'm just trying to, yeah, you know, we're getting through it. But I'm learning a lot though. That's, oh, good. Yeah, I mean, it's all just JavaScript, right? This is all really just regular JavaScript. I mean, some of these are special, right? Like the find by ID is a built-in method to be able to do those type of querying, but yeah, it's still just JavaScript. You just didn't write the find by ID method function yourself. I say method function, I always do that. Right? Methods exist on classes. Functions are, I think, right, is the... Okay, so I don't understand why this is never, like, I'm trying to think of a condition where this would ever fire. I don't think it will. I don't know what requester, when requester would ever be null, because if you don't pass anything, it doesn't come in as null. I guess I also probably need, because this is automatically falling down into here when it errors, so maybe I could see what requester is here. Because it's trying this, right, and blowing up. So what is it? I can't get this to show there. It's not. Okay, so let's try this again, right? So this has, so let's, without it, right, we should get all of them back, right? And with a fake ID. Now it's not telling me anything. Requester is not defined. Really? Where? Why not? Where? Oh, did I delete that? I don't think I did, right? Did I delete this? How did I get the const off there? I'm like, what did I... Alright, so let's do that again. Okay, so I like to do this again just to kind of clear it out and see the records come back. Okay, boom, good to go. 2 should blow up. Come on. What is your deal? Why are you not responding at all anymore? Oh, there it goes again. Why is that happening now? the flip? Why is that not working? That was working. But I am learning. Oh, this is not it. Oh. Oh, requested equals requester, that's why. But I'm gonna try something. Sometimes I think that there's some correlation between these things. There definitely is something, and I can't remember who was talking about it last night. I think Cullen was, that the pluralization of these words sometimes on the model makes a difference. It sounds messed up, but oh, request. Okay, so now request. Okay. I don't know why I feel good about that though. Where's my get one? Okay. Okay. Get one sticker, right? Okay. So now, all right, let's clear it out again, right? Let's make sure we get all of them. Booyah, right? Let's give it a fake one. Damn it, it still hung up. Something's catching. Request is not defined. What the fuck do you mean request is not defined? Routes, requests. I'm not really sure what the deal is with this. It's saying oh, does it? I am noticing. Okay, is that not a? I kind of want to. Yeah, I'm gonna change this around too. Actually, I don't think this is supposed to be. And let's go get. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right. Fair enough. Get request. I'm gonna change this. All right, let's see if that is a little bit better. Try to keep the consistency, you know? Request, get requests, new requests, not change up the verbiage. All right, let's see what happens now. Okay, save that. Save it, see what happens. We're moving on. Connected to the database. Thanks, appreciate it there, brother. All right, back to the requests. Let's see. Give me all my requests, yeah. Okay, nice. So I got them all. And now, again, if I hit like something, oh, didn't mean to do that. If I just hit any stupid ID, it should blow up. It should give me back an error message. This is not giving me what I want. Why will that not process? And it keeps telling me, request is not defined. Liar. Why is it saying request is not defined? Yeah, I'm not getting. Request is not defined. This worked though when I did the find, so how is that possible? Oh, because, well, hold on a second. Request is not. This is taking some thinking here. I don't get why this is not working. All this stuff should be fine. I mean, it does. And it keeps saying that request is not defined at get request. Right. So it is complaining about this, right? And I see that like it's not. That's the way they're showing how to use it, though. That's what's weird. Yeah, I mean, it's saying it. Because what happens here, right? Watch. This is exactly the way this looked before, right? All right. So let me pull these back, right? If I do this, this actually worked earlier, right? We pulled back. We said, let's take that, slash that, call it, boom, there's my one record, right? Which is this same thing, right? This is using this, right? I mean, that should have outputted. so confused right now actually on this one. This should, right? Let me do this because I don't even know if I believe it's in here. This is inside get one or find one rec. I like to do stuff like that so I can make sure I'm actually hitting the right thing. I also wouldn't mind seeing what the heck this, because that might help, but let's do one thing at a time here. So if I do this again, right, this should, okay, gives me back the same record, but I should have, yeah, inside get find one rec. Okay, so I am getting in here. This is obviously because it, right, you pass the ID and then it hits this, right, comes down here, says, hey, get request, right, try, and it says request equals await find by one, the ID, right? And basically it's like, right, if this works, right, then response dot request equals request. I think I need to see what's, because then that would, then up here where this is happening, right, response, yeah, see what's being passed back is the request here, right? It's saying the response request equals this request, which is the object that it found, right? If, or the, you know, the record basically. But then why, when I don't pass it a proper, why does it say if request is equal to null? And that's because that's just a wrong, if request, because I'm assuming it's kind of like this one up here, right, where where was the one we were doing where null happens? Where did we do that check? Here, right, the email check, right? We say if email is equal to null. So I would have thought that in here it would be like if this is equal to null, because that's the same thing, right? If this object didn't come back, it came back as null. So why does that not, I guess right here I need to actually console log out this and see what the heck is in this request when I don't, right? Because otherwise I'm like, got no clue what's going on. So I'm gonna just take these ones out of here too. Right, so this should tell me I can at least see what's inside that request when I pass it stuff, because this does not come back as null, obviously, right? When I pass a number that's not a matched ID, that should be, I was hoping to say null because this record is null, but it's not for some reason. So what is this request coming back as, right? That's the question. So here we have this. I mean, in all honesty, you should, yeah, well, let's see. Okay, so we could, let's, actually, I was just thinking about that. Maybe I should do, could you, Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna do this again. Let's make sure we're getting still back a single record. We do, right? We get over here, what do we get? We get our, right? We're dumping stuff out. So this is from the first one, which should be, because this gets called first, right? So this is dumping this request here, right? So it's not null, obviously. Here's that request object. The one I just dumped out, right? It's the same thing, which is what I expected. But then, what the heck dumps out when you don't, when you pass like a 2? This fails like that miserably, and then what do I get? What? I don't get anything? Well, no wonder why. There's nothing happening. Well, that makes it difficult now, doesn't it? Right? I'm not getting any response back from that. Not even in here. I almost don't like, I'm thinking, I'm like, I followed this because of what was in the docs, but, or in the, where I'm, yeah. But I'm thinking maybe this shouldn't be this way. Maybe this should be like, if, because the first thing we want to check is, although I feel like this should definitely come back, right? Because you try this, and this ID should not exist inside of the request, right? So why does request not give me anything? Why am I not getting back something when this, you know, I'm right here, I'm passing. Oh, wait a second. Oh, no, I'm right. That's on the right one. It's request / get ID. And then, damn. Yeah, I'm struggling with this one a little bit. I don't get it. I don't get why. I mean, can't find request. Is it because it doesn't, like, is it got a issue with this C? It doesn't like that, but what, when I send in the right amount of characters or something, it does? I'm like, what's the number length? Because it obviously liked something I did the first, there it goes. Can't find request. So what is the dealio with that? It finally did this, but only, there, see, it finally came back null, right? But it was only until, that's weird, right? Why does it care? Why does it care that? Just out of curiosity, what if just curious. Okay, we got them all, right? What if I do? Nope, same shit. Doesn't care, right? ID 32 doesn't like that. But then as soon as I go to a number that has a larger length, it does. So I don't get what the flip that's doing. I have no idea. No idea. I mean, literally, if I like shave them down, right? One off, let me take one off. Boom, it blows up. But as soon as I add, like, does it even care if it's letters or numbers? It does. Right, but watch. We just add one more digit there, and bam. So it's, I don't know, dude. Postman too, yeah, man. Always using the postman. Not, I don't know. I keep doing that. Too far. Yeah, okay, I don't know. I mean, I guess. Guess I'll just have to buy that for $1. Yeah, I don't know. You know, we could do other things in there. Do you think you could explain the async quickly? Haha. I probably couldn't explain it properly. Just means. Is that a good representation? It means this. Things are going asynchronously instead of synchronously. Einstein has said it. If you can't explain something in simple terms, you don't understand it. Yeah, I probably don't understand it. We are working on some magic here. No, but seriously, Matt, it is basically that when you do a synchronous call, you wait until the call has been completed before you move on to doing any other work, and asynchronous will make the call and then you can go continue on to do other things, and it'll allow you to program to keep functioning basically, and then it'll, hence the like awaits, you know, on the other side of that, right? You're like, you make an asynchronous call and then you're waiting for it to come back with a response, but in the meantime it'll still do other shit. So that's kind of the difference at a very basic level, right? Let me see. I still think that's such a weird thing with that ID length thing. That is so weird. That's gotta be, what do you, I gotta look, I'm gonna look that up at some point. Probably not tonight, obviously, but why that, did that make sense though, Matt? Like what that means? So like this async function call, right? I mean, it'll go fire off, and then you can do other things. It'll fire off other threads and everything else, and just, you know, await for this to come back, but it'll still do other stuff in the meantime. You know what I mean? Where the synchronous call, like I said, it's like singular, right? You just gotta wait for that to finish and then go do your next operation, and then wait for that one to finish and then go do your next operation. So I guess at a very kind of like simple level, that's how I always think about it. But I mean, I don't even know. I rarely ever do anything, I don't think. Well, I don't know. I guess most of the calls we make are asynchronous. Yeah, dude, man. Permission leave. Yeah, dude, absolutely. Hopefully some of the stuff was helpful. I know you said you learned a little bit too. I'm learning a little bit too. I didn't know some of these things, so this is good. This is good. Always learning stuff. But we definitely got heavier into the right, always learning, right? Right, Hezzy? Did you see the new before you jet out real quick, did you see the new? I'll have to send you some more. Trying to go quick so you can see it before you leave. Have you seen the new sticker? What? With the disco dude on it? With the roller skates and the JavaScript medallion necklace? Huh. Sweet. Sticker coming soon. Yep. We'll have to just send some more out to New Zealand, you know what I mean? What's up? Ooh, well, that'd be very hard to do. Oh, actually, maybe not. You know what we should do is take Code Hustle like this, and then I was there when you made it. Oh, I wasn't sure, Hezzy, if you were or not when I did this one. I couldn't remember. You know, it'd be kind of cool to do an outline around the outside of this, but have it be all the flag countries of the world. Maybe, you know, without the guy, maybe we'll just do it with the, because then it's like code hustling around the world, you know, like you could have every country representation there. I don't know, thoughts. Yeah, just a thought. All right, well, we know that works. It just works funky in the sense of I cannot understand why it is based on the length of the ID. Does it say anything in here? Finding a single document by its ID field. It almost... I don't think it would look good. I was there. Oh. Yeah, maybe not. Probably not. Maybe something else. We'll have to do another one. This one I'm not sure. I cannot figure out how param ID, value of ID to query by. That still just trips me out. I mean, I can't put anything less than basically the same amount, right? The same length as the IDs that are already on there, which is just so strange. I don't get that. I guess you could kind of do a check anyway, since, I don't know, I mean, maybe you wouldn't do that, but would you do something like if you Like, could you check the length of the? I don't know. I think it would look good. Yeah, right. That's the fun part of graphic stuff too, right? You can just try it. Doesn't work, just try again. Yeah, word up. Okay. Trial and error, right? Yeah. Especially with design stuff, sometimes you have to see it to know if it's gonna. I really do want to find out. I'm gonna have to do some research on my own because I don't want to waste time. But in fact, probably gonna cut it a night, call it a night here myself too, Hezi. It's been like 3 hours. That's good. Plus, it just kind of maybe call it a little bit of an earlier night. I normally stay on until like 11 or 12, and maybe I'll just give myself a little break this evening. Just relax and chill. I think I will. It's a good place to stop, right? We got stuff inserting to the database. We got stuff we can pull out of the database. We're checking on, does this request exist in the database? Does the email exist in the database? So we're getting there. We're getting there slowly but surely. It's all adding up. Did you expect it? Where? Where does it say it's expecting? The parser expected to find a that to match the token here. Do I not have a matching? Require schema. Press equals that. There's the opening, closing, opening, closing. What are you talking about? Expected a semicolon where? This can't be right. This has to be wrong. This cannot be right. Because where is it? Unless it's complaining because it doesn't like these trailing commas like this that it prettier does. Is that what it is? Oh, it's even saying expected a comma. Hold on a second. Now it went away, but now it's saying property assignment expected. Where? What in the flip is this thing doing? Why is this not? Like, what is there something jacked up on this? What is the deal? Schema require. I mean, obviously this is working, but why is this bitching down here? I think this file is just jacked up. Hold on, I'm just gonna close this. I don't think that's for real. That was like a wrong. Yeah, see, it's fine now. Must have just been messing with the VS Code freaking out, you know? Okay. All right. let's I'm gonna go ahead and shut that server down there and shut this one down too, and we'll start tomorrow. We will continue on to model. So with that, I'm out. Hope you all have a good evening. Check you later. Oh, somebody followed KMerc313 10 hours ago. Okay, from some, must have been from this afternoon. Cool. All right, well, we'll see you tomorrow. Everybody have a good evening. Have a good week. Keep up the code hustle as always. Peace. Talk to you soon.